Hey guys, Nate here, and as you can see by the title, I'm doing my first ever top 5 video. Today, I'm counting down the top 5 best early pre-hard mode weapons. In order for a weapon to qualify, it must be accessible in the first 3 days and nights. That means after the 3rd night, any item it's possible to get after will not apply for the list. Such items that will not apply are the mini shark. So that's just a heads up because that's actually a really good weapon and that's not going to be on the list. Before we did on the very first list I did, let's do the honorable mentions. We forgot about 3 items that I was actually thinking about putting on. Star Fury, really good weapon. The Ice Boomerang, another really good weapon. And the Undertaker. But there are 5 weapons that top all of these. Okay guys, let's go on to number 5. Alright, so number 5 is the Slime Staff. Now, what's interesting about the Slime Staff is that it is very rare. It is a 10,000 chance from dropping from any normal slime, a 1 in 100 chance from dropping from a pinky, and 1 in 8,000 chance from dropping from a sand slime. So a pretty rare but very valuable item. Alright, now what's interesting about the Slime Staff is that it is a summoner's weapon and it's the only early pre-hard mode summoner's weapon, so that's actually pretty neat. So let's say you're fighting a boss like the Team Slime and you're just running around doing your thing, shooting stuff with your golden bow and normal arrows, because I wasn't very prepared for this. And that your slime out will cause damage to all those slimes that are around it. So, I mean, well, when you first hit, it'll only be 1, it does minor damage, so we're just going to tank some of these. We're just going to find what our slime is doing. Get out of there. Fight. It's not the best summoner's weapon, but at least it's something to base off of. It does 8 damage and very little knockback, so that's decent. But again, the summoner class is not very good till you can do this. And get like 50 million slimes. But it still is a powerful weapon. You see how it's killing all the outside monsters. Alright, let's get on with number 4. Alright, and with that interruption to heartbeat, let's now have number 4. Number 4 is the Musty. It does. Now the Musty is found by smashing a crimson. Wait, is it crimson? Now the Musty is found by opening a corruption orb, those things, and blowing it up with a bomb. And you can do this on your very first day if you really want to risk going to the corruption caverns. I highly do not suggest it, but it is possible, so that's why this gun, unlike the mini shark, it's on the list. Now, you are guaranteed the musket at your very first drop from it, and it does pretty decent DPS. It also is auto fire, and that is really good. Alright, now what's so good about the mini shark is its high 34 base attack damage. Its knockback is average, and it is really good for range. If you are a ranger class, I suggest if you have the corruption, get this weapon instead of waiting to find a gun and don't even use it before getting the mini shark. This is not a bad first gun. A lot of people just grab the flare gun, then they get the arms dealer. I suggest you get the musket. The musket is awesome. Now, let's say you have a boss like King Slime who's jumping around, and you can't keep doing this and this and this. This auto fire mechanic helps slaying bosses easily and quicker than a weapon without it. Alright, let's round number 3. Okay, so number 3 is the Enchanted Sword. Whoa. Okay, so now the Enchanted Sword has a very high DPS, and it's found at the short shrines, which are randomly spawned around the world. Okay, so Enchanted Sword shrines are found around the world. They can either be fake ones or real ones. Now, the Enchanted Sword has a range attack, but you find the sword shrines if you see a narrow strip of land that's just one block, but it goes really deep. I suggest you go down there because there is a huge chance that you'll see an Enchanted Sword shrine. It does 26 melee damage, a really good weapon for melee users. And you should really look for those Enchanted Sword shrines early on, because you can actually find them really early on. Possibly some people have been really lucky and found it on their very first day of playing Terraria. Now, I'm being really stupid and this is Esper King Slime, but I really don't care as long as he does not kill me. Alright, let's get on with number 2. Let's do.
Alright, and number 4 is the Archleys and the dice at number 3.
So number 2 is the Archleys. The Archleys does 22 melee damage. It does less than the Enchanted Sword, nor does it have a sword beam thing. But what it's good at is, watch. I think that this is the highest DPS of any pre-hard mode weapon. And you wondering where you find it? Well, you also find it at the Enchanted Sword shrines. It has a 10% chance to not be the Enchanted Sword. So it has a very low chance of spawning, but I personally think that it's way better. Number 1. This is the best moment of the video where you just see what I agree. And those of you Terraria fans, you know that there's one weapon other than the mini shark that is missing. And if you guessed the water bolt right, you are correct. Now, the stupid thing about the water bolt is that 1, it has a very low DPS, and 2, there's a small chance you'll not get it until after you defeat Stellatron. But in those chances that you can get before Stellatron, it spawns on the bookcases in the dungeon. There's a high chance that one of the bookcases before the dungeon guardian stops, you can hold a water bolt. So if that happens to you, you just got one of the strongest, if not the strongest, pre-hard mode mage weapon. Perfect for all users of mage at any sort of mana but 1, 2, and 3. That's for certain. So what's unique about the water bolt is ricocheting bolts. Awesome. Now, what's different and why it makes this better for the Archleys is because the water bolt is perfect against bosses like the Eye of Cthulhu. His name's the Eye of Cthulhu. And it does so much damage if you can hit him. And it also does a lot of damage to the surrounding mobs because if it ricochets, if you miss it, it ricochets off the ground. And also, it can go through mobs, so like you see how I'm passing through the Eye of Cthulhu, and it's hitting the wraiths and zombies that are around. The only negative part about these weapons are that some of the weapons you have to get real up and close, which is bad in the beginning pre-hard mode against bosses like the Eye of Cthulhu. But it does a it does 20 magic damage, but do not underestimate this. It's because it is the best melee mage weapon, in my opinion, for the wall of flesh. It sort of loses its purpose in hard mode once you have better weapons, but it's nice to have in pre-hard mode, I guess. Is it I'm doing so much damage to him. This is actually a really nice setup for the water ball. If you just shoot straight down and you kind of do something kind of like this, if you just want to farm him and you have wings, kind of like that, around with like rocket boots or something. But anyway, guys, that's my first ever top 5 list. If there were some mistakes made, I'm sorry about that, but it still is my first list, so give me time to like focus and reel in on what's happening here. But if you like the top 5 list, please hit the like button. You don't have to, like I'm not saying I'm not one of those YouTubers that goes, please like it, please subscribe, or I'll do some crazy, or you'll like, or something bad will happen to you. I'm not like one of those YouTubers. I might have said please like, please subscribe once or twice. I'm not mean like that. If you like my channel, well, show it by subscribing. If you like my video, show it by liking it. But anyway, guys, bye. Best outro ever. Bye.